What's up, guys? Vodka Rules here again, bringing you another story time with Arturo. So, before we start, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Saul, first kid I met when I moved here to Wisconsin, and he's one of my best friends. I know I can trust him with whatever. I know he's there for me, and he's a hilarious kid, and he's really good at soccer, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can try and fit in 2 stories if I can. But if I can't, I'll tell you guys. Alright, well, it's gonna be an 8th grade story. Let's see, this was about, like a year ago, obviously. And before I get into the story, I'll give you the events that led up to it. So me and a group of friends, we started this game called Sack Tap, right? Where we would, punch each other in the nuts. And yeah, pretty much that's it. I don't think there was even a point to it. And we started, I don't even know why we started this game, because we were stupid bored 8th graders. So well, one day, my friend Josh, he's almost 7 foot tall. This kid's a giant. And this other kid named Sean, which he was like a freaking midget. He was like 2 feet tall. So they're like the complete opposite of each other. And so I was with this girl in the 7th grade hallway at the time. I wasn't even in the classroom at the time when this happened. This was at the beginning of the day when we were all in homeroom. Since class doesn't start yet, I went to go up there with the girl, and I guess my friend Sean, he decides to sack tap Josh, but I guess Josh, being the roid rager he is for being so massively giant, freaking grabs the poor little kid, just takes his head and smashes it against a freaking desk, pretty much breaking open his skull. And I really wish I were there, because it sounded so funny. And afterwards, I went down to homeroom. Everybody's like flipping shit, like, "Oh my god, that just happened, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "What just happened? Somebody tell me." And people were like, "Oh, see that blood over there?" 'Cause there was like drips of blood on the floor. And I'm like, "Oh crap, somebody get like killed or something?" And later on in the day, I guess I get in trouble. The teacher, she got called by the principal, right? And she said, "Oh, send these kids down. They're all part of the game. You lose." Just kidding. So we all got called down. It was like me and like, I think, let me. I was still confused. I didn't know when this happened. I'm like, I was scared. There's blood involved, and I wasn't in the classroom. I'm being framed for something I didn't do. I was like, crap. What am I gonna do? Because I actually felt really weird. And as we start heading down to the office, there's a huge, just a trail of blood on the floor in the middle of the hallway. It was like one of those scary movies, because it was really like, it was like dim in the hallway, so it was like, it looked pretty scary, and there was no one talking, not even in the classrooms, I guess, because it was homeroom. And it was really weird. I was like, holy crap, is this real life? I thought I was having a lucid dream or something, even though I couldn't control it. It was whatever. And well, we get to the office, right? Principal is like, he just looks at us with the weirdest face. I'm like, did you just shit your pants? Because he was like, but I guess he was mad. He didn't poop himself. He was just really mad. And I'm like, oh crap, he's pissed. He makes us sit down, and then then comes Sean comes into the office, right? And he's in a wheelchair, and he has like his fucking hand over the cracked area of his skull, and holy shit, thank God I didn't laugh, but I wanted to just like burst out in laughter, like you have no idea. As bad as it sounds, it was just so funny. I'm like, who would have known a game like this would go so far? But I had to stay calm because back in middle school I wasn't too good with the principal, and the office knew me very well. So I'm like, you know what? Just stop. You're gonna get in a shit ton of trouble. You're probably gonna get whooped once you get home. And then we had to start talking, all three of us in the same room, and talking to the principal. And he was asking us like, what events led up to this? And I'm like, I have no freaking clue. I was in the 7th grade hallway, and I honestly I was all confused. But then I guess my friends explained to me what happened, and then we had to say, oh, we started this game, blah blah blah, and he's like, oh, so you started a game where you hit each other in the genitals, and he's like, when I was your age, we used to play like jacks or something, and I'm like, yeah, well, this isn't the freaking 1800s, and yeah, I was all confused why he brought up that when I was your age crap, but my friend Josh, since he was the one that did it, his parents were going to, I think, press charges on him, but they dropped him only because Sean was our friend. We were all friends, so they're like, you know what? No need to do this hooliganism, and they dropped the charges. Oh, this was right before Christmas too, and the lucky spoiled bastard got everything he wanted. Freaking, I think he got Turtle Beaches and some other shit. This was last year Christmas, so while he was overindulged in sweetness, I was getting Legos and stuff, but I didn't mind it because you have no idea how much Arturo loves me some Legos. And yeah, so pretty much that's what happened that year. And yeah, I could fit another story. I still got some time. So this other time we got this new teacher, right? For science, she was some Hindu teacher, and I think she was like an FOB, fresh off boat. Just in case you don't know what that means, I think she just came here from India, and I'm like, cause she had the thickest accent. She was like, "All right, children, turn your science page book." That was a terrible accent, but whatever. That's exactly what she sounded like, and I'm like, oh shit. And she was a completely clueless teacher. As cool as she was and everything, at times she was just so freaking like blank-minded, I guess you could call it. But it was fun. So this one day, right, my friend Brent decides to freaking be a funny little bastard with my friend Austin, and they draw this picture of me sucking a dick, and I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I was probably like fucking, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm like, it's a picture of me sucking a dick. How about I go post it on the board? So I grab the fucking picture, right, and I start making my way to the front of the classroom, and I just take out the picture. And I put it there, and everybody fucking sees it, and I'm like, what the hell did I just do? I'm like, you know one of those moments when you commit a mistake, and you're like, did I just really do that? And you're all fucking dumbfounded. So I'm like, oh shit, that really just happened. So the assistant principal, or not principal, the assistant teacher, yeah, the assistant teacher of the classroom, she looks at me like, what the frick did you just post up there? And I'm like, oh shit, she saw me do it. And then she goes up and get it. She's like, what do you have in your hands? And I had the paper. So I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? So I'm like, either I could just stick the paper down my pants, or I could put it in my mouth. I was gonna do one or the other, but then I ended up going like, oh, it's no big deal, you can have it. And I give her the picture, and she's like, oh, you're into that stuff? And I'm like, it's not what it looks like. I'm not gay. And she's just like, no, I'm pretty sure you are. This kind of explains a lot. And I'm like, no, 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 it's okay. She gives it to the teacher. The teacher gives it to the other assistant teacher, because we had like freaking 3 assistant teachers, because all the special ed students in the class. So it just gets passed around by every freaking teacher, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't you just take it to the office instead of having your freaking little wet dreams about the picture? So they eventually get it to the office. We get the assistant principal, who looked like a pedophile. No offense, but he really did. He was talking to us. He put us in the library. Brent, Austin, and he put us in the library, and he's like, he's like, review your mistakes. What did you do wrong? Write it down on this piece of paper. And I'm like, oh, by the way, you guys weren't expecting that MOAB. Surprise! I have plenty more where that came from. That's beside the point. So yeah, so he was like, reflect on what you did wrong. And I'm like, I posted a picture of me sucking a dick up on the board. That's legit what I wrote on the freaking paper too. And then I gave it to him and just walked out. And then when my mom saw it, she wasn't too happy. She's like, are you stupid? Are you gay? And I'm like, Mom, it's my little 8th grade mind. Don't be hating, brah. And so yeah, I barely fit in those 2 stories. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, guys. I really love reading your comments. Thanks for all the support you guys have given me. And well, yeah, that's Vodka Rules here, and peace.